I told you this is the
Hello.
opportune time to
Welcome.
go live when I'm fucking around with my mic. And no, I'm not turning on Chris
You
because I
know
want you
it.
guys to hear the scary dice rolls. All right?
Yeah, I love scary dice rolls.
Yeah, I know you love scary dice rolls. It's your
Hi.
favorite.
Spooky dice.
Spooky dice. This is the beginning of our fucking stream. All right,
Yeah.
good time. All right, everybody, how we doing today?
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is those scary dice rolls?
Not yet. This is just me
Scary
getting my
dice jiggles.
scary dice jiggles out.
There's some ASMR going on.
Well, you know, a little bit just for the stream.
Oh god.
And somebody's opening up candy.
That makes me want candy, man.
Let me turn on noise
A bag
suppression.
of chips.
Oh man. I just had a bag
I
of.
need to get a sound effects board.
We
Yeah.
do. Wait, that would actually be
You
beneficial.
I have sound effects board.
What?
No, see, I want one just to F with you.
Oh, is that
No,
for me?
like just like
Yeah.
random noises for like
Like,
the
he'll
role
be getting real
play.
serious, and I'll hit the
Noises
fart
for
button.
like, oh no.
So hang on, everybody shut up for a second. So like, you mean like, and then I could do like,
Yeah, you could be like, you open a bag of chips.
and it was like,
Roll for roll for
roll for chips.
roll for
Roll for ass
acrobatics.
kicking.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, everybody. So last time we left off, we were doing a thing. Who remembers? Because I sure as fuck
I
don't.
have
Nope.
notes.
Well, we
I'm
woke up
reading
and
them.
discovered that our friend Smidge had been kidnapped from the hotel.
Oh, should I
That's true.
Stupid L name that Lilion. So
yes.
we took off after the trail and ran into that asshole Axor. Wizard, pretty powerful, but also pretty weak. And he slaughtered all the people and sent off Rump to save his brother Smidge north off to the snowland. I can't think of the name. To get help because he was essentially in a permanent coma. No idea when he'd wake up. And Prim and I, we didn't dislike Romp and Smidge, but we hadn't known him that long, and we were more concerned with saving our own souls and retroactively or proactively saving theirs, since we made a deal with a warlock and his patron. So that's kind of where our focus was. But Axor, the asshole he is, was nice enough to give us our new friend, Tarig. Tarig, pronunciation?
Torin.
Torin. Where am I getting Tarig from? Brought us our friend Torig, who was not exactly happy to be with us, but he's also very jolly and optimistic all the time anyways. So he accompanied us on the way to Waterdeep to get there in time for the carnival. We made some friends with the gnomes, Twinkletoes, Elbowgrease, Snotnose, Greyhair, and One-Eyed Jack, and had quite the enjoyment on our caravan into town. They were going to sell their ales, and, well, we all helped ourselves to quite a few on the way. And then as we got into town, we split from them to go find Ranzil Chilzine, uh, and took our letters of marque to collect on the favor that he owes Madrick. And we got dressed up in some nice clothes to go to the nice part of town, and we were greeted at his door by a surprisingly younger man than expected, considering Madrick's age. And that's where we left off.
And here we are. So you stand in front of the door, now propped open, of Mr. Master Chillsine, I'll call him for this, more or less. Renzil stands there. Like you said, he's smaller than you would have anticipated a man of such power to be. You know, the manor itself is daunting. Marble all the way up to the door. Taking a little bit better look, you can kind of see inside, very dimly lit. Dark features, dark woods all over the interior. A dark, almost um, like a dark crimson red carpet kind of flows out from the entrance into the hallway there. Um, you have um, very little very little time to get a look at the outside before he says, "Well, come on in."
Nod my head and step in. Thank you for the invitation.
I
Oh yeah, we had already shown him our letter, obviously. Or his manservant, whoever it was that answered the door first.
Yes. Well, he answered the door for you.
Mhm. I remember showing the letter as our way to get to him. I just left that out of
Didn't
the.
we show it to the guard?
Was it the guards we showed it to?
And
Okay,
The
we showed it to
guards, you
somebody.
showed it to the guards to the area. You
showed it
did
to
not
the
show it to
world.
The
you did not
Ranzilia.
show it to Ranzil yet. No.
Okay. As I step in, tilting my head, I also retrieve the letter to hand him once everybody gets inside.
Come on, you're letting in the draft. Oh, wait, my voice cracked there.
I didn't hear it.
Oh boy, you're letting in the draft. Come on.
The guy's
Come
going
on,
through puberty. It's just a character trait.
Torin. Torin.
Right? Yes, well, I'm coming in. Don't worry.
Am I allowed in?
Yes, come in.
Okay.
Well, I see you like red.
As your eyes adjust, the hall is grand. It is like I said, like the outside of the manor, grand. A double staircase kind of comes down and flanks either side of you. Looking to your left and scanning to your right from the doorway, you see a hallway that runs down, um, like probably what would be, two normal houses long, and then makes a right, and there's a door at the end of that hallway that you can see that would extend further down. Um, Looking towards your right side, similar kind of a thing. However, the entrance is grander, and it seems to kind of open up into a dining area or grand dining hall. Um, it is, getting closer to the evening at this point. Um, as lights starting to shine through as the waning light shines through the windows, you see the scale of the shadow of the bars on the window going through, and they just go beyond your sight, as a half wall kind of cuts off the grander entrance to the dining area. Beyond the dining area, you can see, again, the hallway kind of continues all the way down for what would be two or three normal houses wide. The upstairs you can kind of see has a balcony that leans down, and then outside the back would be where a balcony looks to be where a balcony would be, windowed across with glass and glass doors. Um, it's pane glass doors, I guess you could say, um, and then windows too. More wrapping around the upstairs, you looking around, you see uh, just ornate decoration coming down from the banisters. Weapons, swords, all sorts of suits of armor standing around. Then you have in front of you, very delicate silks and everything along those lines draping over the banisters, and gold and lavender and satin, all sorts of different textures and colors, exotic to what you guys are familiar with.
Well, I see you stuff.
You have a
Yes.
Quite
lovely
a nice
home.
home. Uh,
Yes.
and I'll hand out the letter to him. Uh,
Ha.
we were sent here
And he
by
kind of
Madrid.
he looks takes one look at the letter. And he looks at it for a second and goes, "All right, well, what do you want?"
Well, we were hoping for some accommodations, some supplies. Madrick was not exactly forthcoming with the favor he owed you, but he said that you would take care of us.
Yep, I'll take care of you. This is good enough proof for me.
You're not going to kill us, are you?
Not yet.
Oh, well, that's nice.
I mean, clearly you don't belong here. Otherwise, you would have
Really?
just walked in without a letter, right?
I think we belong here.
Uh,
We have a letter.
Exactly. So,
Belonging somewhere and being able to gain access to somewhere are also two very different parts.
well, and to
mhm,
be fair, we didn't all have a letter. I didn't have a letter, and I
that's
walked in here.
true. You didn't have a letter. Only
So
he
there we
did.
go. Yep, exactly.
I
We
think we're
and
all
tiny
fine.
person. Yes, we belong here.
Anyway, well, at least you're here, I guess. Um, yeah, make yourselves at home, I suppose. Is there anything else that you guys need? Because otherwise, I'm going to consider this done, and you guys can just use this as a base of operations, I guess, for whatever you're here for. Why are you here? Who are you?
Uh, we're here because Madrick asked us to help him out with getting into the carnival and seeing what was going on with the magic there.
Why is Magic concerned with the Witchlight Carnival? He's been several times. I've been with him.
Oh,
He asked us to check on Zulbina.
yeah, we're
Uh-huh.
magic inspectors.
Ah, I see. Is something wrong with Madrick?
He's
Mm,
too old to make it out here to check it on it himself.
I
And
understand, but what is wrong with Magic that he's having you come check out here?
he's not sick, if that's what you're asking. He's just having some troubles. And he wanted us to check it out. He thought something was wrong with Zulbina.
yeah, he's really
I'm going
busy.
to make this very straight with you. He's going to roll an insight real quick.
Oh, crap.
It's going to
Sure.
be against your go ahead and just make a roll a d20 for me because he's probably going to make it. He rolled a nat 20, so yeah, he's
Shit.
it ends up being like a 30. So
What the
you know,
heck? Well, we haven't
yeah,
lied. We just haven't said anything.
yeah, I
Right, I'm
know,
not lying. I'm just dancing around avoiding the truth.
I know. Um, but he's he's gonna tell you. And he says
Yeah.
it's best to tell me as much as you know. As you can tell, I am the leader of the Chilzine clan. I own pretty much every square inch of this town, and I can make your lives a whole lot easier or a whole lot harder.
Well,
Now, you've been invited in here based on the premise that you are helping an old friend of mine, and I intend to find out why my friend has sent you here. Do I make
well,
myself clear?
crystal clear, and I can tell you everything that I know. I don't really know what's going on, to be fair. They
Well,
explained it to me, but I wasn't.
I
he's
Yes, I
told
he
wasn't.
said
you.
Yes.
something about not feeling well and having problems contacting Zulbina. I don't understand your the warlock ways, but he still had enough power to put a fright in us for not helping him after he had helped us to one evening when we were crossing paths down near Fanville.
I see. And that is a big problem then. Magic is indeed a dear friend of mine, and he has helped me several times in the past. Um, come, come this way. We will. I'm very hungry, and I will have my people bring you some food as well.
Did-
Come, and
I'm so excited.
he brings you over to the dining area, and again, the dining area is huge, grand by scale, same color scheme throughout. The windows that you can get a view of them are again immense. The hall itself is um 2 stories, right? So you have a double story. It goes to the second story, and the window kind of seals off at the top there. But the vaulted ceilings themselves must be at least 12 feet high per floor. So you would imagine the ceiling here is about 25 feet tall when you walk into the dining hall. And the windows go again floor to ceiling with you know just insanely thick red curtains that can be drawn shut with looks like a pulley system. So
Well, I see you like more stuff.
come sit, and the table that he waves you to, kind of small for the area. You get the sense that obviously he wasn't expecting company or anything. So this huge grand hall kind of just has like a table in the middle for about 6 people or so. Um, Place is set. As you guys walk over, what do you do?
Uh, take a seat as he gestured us where to have a seat, and turn to him and say, "So, how close were you and Madrick?" He refrained from sharing details, simply said, "Here, take this letter," and that
Uh,
you would help us once we got here.
well, we were close. We were friends. Yes. I would not say in the last few years we've remained in good contact. Just simply age, as you know, becomes harder to talk and travel and converse. But I send a letter from time to time. He sends me one from time to time just to check up on. Uh, Back in the day, back when we were young adventurers, we uh, we had some fun.
Wait, wait.
Uh,
Are you guys lovers?
no,
Aw.
I'm
not
sorry, but
even
before
close.
you continue, could you perhaps show us one of these letters?
Yeah. So we have proof that like you and Magic were like, lovers.
Well,
That's
no,
unnecessary.
just to make
Chill sign.
sure we know who he is.
I mean,
It's
you did
unnecessary, Master
see
Chill sign.
the Chilzine manners, yes?
Yes, yes, but like, what if you're like a Chilzine cousin or Chilzine uncle? Who's for us to say?
He actually like furls his brow a little bit and thinks, well, he does have a good point. He doesn't know me, and he has, as the servants bring out the food, he does so. Uh, um, Meredith, up in my study, if you would, for these people here. You know where they are, and she does. She goes up and she grabs the letter and brings it back down, and it is from Madrick. You would know because you searched his study, and you
Yep.
found some letters that he's written and stuff, and it matches his handwriting from your memory.
Okay.
Aw, these are raunchy.
I apologize. She
No, not needed.
she likes to have fun.
Well, she is a fairy, so I do not doubt that there is some mischief in her blood.
Who, what, me?
You don't know the half of it.
You little me, what?
Yes, little old you. And he kind of gestures towards uh a painting on the wall that you guys kind of notice. And there in the painting there is uh it's kind of like you get the sense that it's kind of a motif from the past or from one of his past adventures or something like that, and you see a scene of purple skies, and in the distance is a white tower with um just like a gleaming uh uh golden roof. A little bit that's in the way back of the painting, perspective wise. Closer to it you see what seems to be about 5 people standing, with one with a staff and one with a book open. Another one stands there with a long sword on their back. You get the sense that these were uh like I said, he kind of motions to it and he looks at it for a while. um and within that picture frame is uh it- creatures, right? Creatures of around the border, creatures of what you guys would think is it from this area. So but the weird thing is you don't recognize many of these creatures, but you recognize the fairy, right? So you see a couple of fairies kind of bordering the picture frame.
Wait,
um
like a fancy border on a
yeah,
painting? Oh, okay.
yes, but it's actually part of the painting, right? So the painting itself is, um, it's painted into the painting as if it were painted as a border, and then
Oh,
he
okay.
put a frame around the outside. Does that make sense?
Cute.
Yes. So fairies, there's a centaur, um, a couple of satyrs, and then darker creatures too that you guys don't recognize, but with gnashing teeth and um, ones that on one side of the painting look like cute and innocent, but then on the other side of the painting look terrible and almost demon-like in a sense or so. You see creatures that look to be like elves, but their ears are exaggerated to the point of almost comical, right? Um, those that is what you when he points to it, that's what you guys kind of see over there.
Okay.
Okay,
That's a
Why,
beautiful
looks like a little bit
painting.
younger version of you and Magic there.
it
Just saying.
is. we had I had that commissioned a couple of years ago when I was feeling a little more lonely. Before I
Well,
had my
certainly at the very least will help you not feel lonely as we make use of your facilities.
oh, I
Thank
no
you.
longer feel lonely. If you notice, my brood has grown and grown and grown and only grown since I've taken my stead here.
Your brood?
Yes, my family.
Oh, I thought that was your family.
And I point to the picture.
No, those are, well, in a sense, back in the day. But we eat, yes. Um, if magic is concerned about Zablina, then I fear something has gone terribly wrong. There is a old magic, I guess I'll say, to the Witchlight Carnival. Uh, Zablina, as you know, resides in the domain of delight. The domain of delight resides within the Feywilds. The Witchlight Carnival itself draws its power from the Feywilds. However, its owners no longer are from there. Whether or not they know how to get there, I do not know, but it is a good start to get there. As you can see in the past, we also have been to the Feywilds, and he points back to the picture. If you guys go there, which I assume you must, there is danger there, be no doubt. Even if everything is fine in the domain of delight, it is not nearly as delightful as you may think it is.
What type of danger?
Things that do not have power in our realm have power there. Things that do have power here do not have power there.
Oh, like a lamp?
No, not like a lamp.
He's probably referring to a little bit more of that.
Oh, like a creature,
Yes.
like a squirrel.
For example, he points to the right side of the picture where the happier creatures are. Um, your emotions. Uh, sorry.
Are you typing?
Yes, I am.
I could hear it.
For example, your emotions affect your surroundings, but uh, if you have negative emotions, they also affect your surroundings. And he points to the left side of the picture. Things that would be harmless can become harmful. Things that were mundane before can become dangerous. He points specifically to where it looks like almost like a bunny-like creature. Um, that seems very cute to your eyes. And then it kind of on the left side of the frame, it has a sword, and then on the sword is a head severed, um, and whatnot. So you must be very careful if you travel there. How to get there, I know not yet.
But you just said you'd been there before. There's not a set
Yes,
way.
we kind of got there on accident in a way. we were adventuring, and when we were adventuring, we kind of got picked up by some bandits and were held kind of for hostage until the guards came to free us. We were young and dumb. What can I say? Uh, however, Magic, uh, he made a sort of pact with Zablina at that time, and was able to, in exchange for helping us out, had us do some tasks for her within her domain to secure it for her. Uh, it's a story for another time, but part of that deal transported us to the Feywild and brought us to the adventure which you see here. This is the moment we entered the Feywilds. It is a memory I'd rather not forget, but also rather not remember. For you see, of the five people standing there, only myself and Madrick remain.
Did they die?
Yes,
Oh no, I'm so
horrible,
sorry.
painful, terrible deaths.
In
Years ago,
in the Feywild?
in the Feywild.
Oh man. Are we sure we want to go there, Finn?
You must.
And she
I
kind of jumps
think
back.
You've
we
made a deal, have you not?
Aye, we made a deal, and that's more of my pressure to go is not crossing that deal. Uh, that and well, Prem, you were so excited to go before. You didn't even need the deal.
Yeah, but like I don't remember the place, you know. That's where I assume I was born. But you know, once all of that really bad stuff happened, I don't remember anything.
She kind of just, after she was standing on the table, she kind of sits crisscross and like puts her head down.
There is nothing to fear so long as you keep your wits about you. Again,
Hey,
we
you're
were
always
very
merry.
young.
He just told us to stay merry, so always remember that.
Okay, you got it.
And she twirls back up and sparkles again.
And that would be a misnomer, too. You see, while we thought, too, our emotion brings, keeping a positive emotion even in great strife would be good. Uh, Sometimes too much is too much, if you understand. And he,
Yes, we had quite a bit of too much there on the way here. Our friends with the gnome ale. It's pretty good, by the way.
mhm. You will understand what I mean in time. So, whenabouts are you seeking the Witchlight Carnival? Do you have some time beforehand? Because I do have a small favor to ask while you're here.
Oh, well, I think that's probably a fair mark to make an exchange with you as well to make sure our debts are not open-ended.
Excellent. I do appreciate
As
that.
long as we are not endangering your friend Madrick, I see no issues with us helping you along the way.
No, no, no. It'll take a day for the carnival to set up anyway. Uh, while you are here, waiting for them. I mean, they just got to town today, right? Um, Please, I'd like you to go down to the Fishers district, right? I have a contact down there that needs some assistance with some vermin that have been taking some fish. If you could do that, I'd be more than happy to provide you with some small spending money, I guess you could say, for the village. Things around here, especially this part of town, very expensive, and
Oh yeah,
if you might
certainly.
want to stock up before your adventure, yes?
Oh,
Yeah.
that would definitely be something that we ought to do.
Fair
My
enough.
concern is getting back in here before we go and work on your
It'll be no
project.
worries. And you can let down your disguise now. He looks over at Torin.
Sorry, was that?
You can let down your disguise now.
Oh, thank God, I was getting stuffy even though it's not even real. The illusion was getting me stuffy. I felt like there was something up my ass. Torin drops his disguise.
Excellent. Uh, with my description to the gods, you will be free to pass in and out while you remain in my good graces, so to say. Yes?
Yeah, but so we have to talk to someone who's been stealing all of your fish?
No, you have to kill the vermin that my contact, Frederick.
Oh, I could do that.
And she kind of
Yes.
pulls out her
I
weapon.
was totally paying attention, and we're killing a rat.
Mm-hmm.
Vermin. I don't know what he is having issues with. Some rat or small vermin thing. I don't know. He said he needed some help with it and asked me if I knew anybody.
So we don't know if it's truly a rodent. It could be something more of a pest or even possibly somebody with sticky fingers.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Loris,
All
Torin
he
says to
knows
get
is he's
Lore.
missing
ready.
fish,
So
and
anyway.
he needs it to make his livelihood, and I need it because he's a business partner of mine.
And you like fish, right?
No, I actually discussed the thing. It
Oh.
has a terrible smell and it's very untasteful, but if you'd like some, I can procure some for you.
Well, I guess I should just go talk to the vermin then. Off we go then.
Yeah.
Well, you may want to wait till the morning. Yes, it's late tonight.
Well,
It
isn't that when
doesn't.
vermin come out?
Yeah.
You're welcome to go now then as well. It is up to you. The more the merrier. You might
Yes.
not be able to catch Frederick at his warehouse, though. You might have to go to his home address. Either way, they're both in the third ward.
If you just provide the address, we'll at least go introduce ourselves tonight and see what he may suggest as far as when and where to go. Of course, after we enjoy your company and this meal.
Fair enough. Yes. Like I said, he's in the third ward. Ask one of the guards. They know my contacts. They will take you to him.
In Frederick was his name?
Frederick, yes.
No surname for
Then.
him.
No, he's a peasant.
Very well. Frederick the fishmonger.
Fair enough.
And I immediately just start eating.
Yep. In front of you, again, not as lavish as you'd expect to. You kind of get the sense that where Magic's feast for you was procured magically, right? So anything that you guys would have desired is in front of you. He has a couple of options. You know, there is a vegetarian option of just what looks to be corn, some like long sprout-like bean, and some sort of potato. And you can eat as much or as little as anything. You get the sense he's eating a little bit of each plate. Um, to the side is some sort of like goopy, slimy gelatin thing, but as you poke through it, you get the sense that it is not gelatin like we would know. You get the sense that this was once a creature that
Oh.
has been made into some sort of gelatin. Um, and then the third option is a uh, uh, sort of what you would recognize to be a lamb dish, rack of lamb or so.
Oh, I have not had a lamb in so long.
Well, indulge. Again, I was not expecting guests, but I always have my cooks prepare extra, and it mostly goes to waste, so I'm glad it does not tonight.
My most deep thanks.
You're very welcome.
Yeah. Like he
Uh,
said.
I have nothing else to do unless you guys have anything else to do for the dinner. I don't know how long you want to stay here. I'm not trying to rush you, DM. I just letting you know.
No, no, you guys are totally fine. Whatever you want to do. You're free
Yeah.
to eat and then do whatever you wish.
Yeah,
After the
Torin,
dinner, after the dinner, Master Chilzine goes up into and just a bit kind of nods towards you and goes up to his quarters and
Mhm.
to do whatever he
What did
does.
Torin want to do?
The Tauren, he just eats based on his body size and has his fill. He does drink quite a bit too, but nothing that's over exerting himself, just based solely on his body size. So it would be a lot, but not too much to send him
The
like
servants,
tipsy or anything.
the servants do offer you both red and white wine if you were to choose whichever one you like.
I'll. Why don't you just mix them? I'll have them both.
And as you say, mix them. The two maidens, they pour both of their glasses until your goblet is full, and then they kind of just back off into the back of where they've been standing for the service.
Red and white. Does that make this pink wine, or just bright red wine?
Can we try it? I like science.
But that's the slime over there, pointing at the gelatin.
Do you think they like wine?
Okay. Torin kind of
Exactly what it is. The
gobbles it
staring
up.
at her.
Yeah, I felt it.
And throughout this interaction, Master Chilton just like looks at you and continues eating. Yeah, you can take a sip of it, and it's not great. I mean, you just poured white wine and red wine together, and
Yeah.
it.
He
Depends on
drinks
who
it
you
all,
ask.
Yeah. Anything else you guys do during dinner?
Torin would just make awkward small talk with Chilzon or whatever his name is. He'll just be like, "So, Chilzine,
Yes.
the name
Be right back, guys.
Chilzine, does that come from your demeanor? Are you always this
Is your body?
Chilzine?"
Are you shivering?
No.
Okay.
In
Cool.
fact, I refrain from emotions as much as possible.
Why?
Great.
Oh, I
That's
know why.
well.
Yes, you
I
don't
know
want
why.
to know.
I know why.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes, you do. Hmm. But
Right.
sometimes, my young fairy friend, it is wise to use your brain that you've been given.
I try to, but like, there's just so many really cool stuff in the world to do when you don't think about it.
You should change that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
No, it was my father's name, Chilzine. Um, Unfortunately, before me, there was no power or grace to that name. It was just a name. Lucky enough to have a surname, not lucky enough to be as
As
well.
he's talking about this, Torin's just gonna be like all of a sudden like in a different area, and I paid attention, just kind of tinkering with different things here and there.
But Prim is listening attentively.
I do have a question for you, Mr. Torin.
What? Yes. I was listening. Good. Father. Name. Yes. I understand.
No, your arm.
Yes.
What became of your old arm?
Well, I guess it aged. Oh, you mean my big arm here,
Yes.
my right arm.
The one that is interesting to anybody other than yourself, yes.
Well, I think some may think my left arm's the interesting one.
I
It's
think
so
it's pretty
tiny
cool.
compared to the right one.
Yeah, I like that
Mhm.
one.
Did
What
you
do you
have it
mean? What
created
became of
for
it?
you, or did you create it yourself?
Oh, this I fashioned it myself.
Hmm. So you have a way with things, then?
I suppose you could say that. You like stuff. I like things. We're quite similar, aren't we?
Yes, we are. In certain senses, I suppose.
Well, when you say it like that, I feel a little wrong.
He kind of stands up for a minute and shows you. Perhaps one day I will have you work
What
on
does he
the.
show me?
And he lifts up. He has
Oh,
been
no.
wearing kind of like a. He's been wearing a robe. Let's keep it
Oh,
PG-13 here, boys.
okay.
Um, He's been wearing kind of like a robe, and he opens up, and you see on one of his legs is just from the knee down is like a sharp pointed, like sharp metal point that goes into the ground.
Hello there.
Yes.
Wow.
Well,
So,
You
that's
are more similar
very.
than I originally thought.
mhm.
It's quite, if you don't mind me saying, quite primitive. What does it do?
Well, I'll show you. And he kind of like goes up and he does like a backflip, and like slices one of his curtains off with his leg, and
Well,
lands like a superhero landing. So he does like a from you he jumps, does a backflip and slices straight down on one of his curtains, and
My
then it
God.
falls slumping off.
Uh,
Um,
There's
as
that
he lands, the
whistle
point kind of
that's gonna get
pivots
cut
into
out by
the
my mic.
marble ground.
yeah.
um,
What'd you say?
I was,
What'd you say?
Clinton gives that whistle that my mic cuts it out, but the like woo whistle.
Yeah. Prim just starts clapping like aggressively and is super fucking impressed.
Horan starts clapping, but all you hear is like the leather of his glove meeting stone as he claps. So it's more of a clanking sound than anything.
Thank you, thank you.
That's
I
quite
can't do that.
impressive.
Can't do that as often as I'd like anymore. But
Right, it's your blade leg cuts things. I honestly never would have guessed. It's quite ingenious.
well, as you said too, it is primitive.
No, I take that. That was quite rude of me, I suppose.
No,
I
you are
can be
absolutely
that way.
correct.
Still seems effective.
Yes,
Yeah.
I've grown accustomed to it. It did take a while. Uh,
You take Peg like to the next level.
I would say so.
You know, if we have more time, if you don't, you know, if you don't care, or you're not too sorry for the pun here, attached to that leg of yours, I can always fashion you a more, what's the word I'm looking for? A more
Fancy?
uh
That was pretty fancy though.
functional one.
Roll an investigation check. If you
Yes. Let me find my
and
sheet.
Finn, both of you can also roll an Arcana check too, if you would.
Oh, if
Oh,
there's
Finn
some
shit.
and
little magic-y diagagity.
Finn and Torn, you can both roll an Arcana check if you'd like.
What
An
about
Arcana
me?
check.
I don't want to roll one right now.
Jesus, my rolls suck.
I can't
Um,
do it.
you cannot know.
I know.
Through your investigation check, getting a kind of a closer look, at how it is attached to his knee, you see it's not attached like a peg would be, right? A peg would just be, kind of rounded around. This has a flat bottom, and it seems that there's some sort of um, contraption or some sort of uh, weird something going on that's keeping it attached to his leg. Um, Unfortunately, you cannot figure out what that something is with that natural one on your Arcana check. So you can tell
Well,
that it's attached by some sort of unnatural mean, but you do not know what that unnatural mean is.
well, I won't, hold you up with this offer. You can always think about it as long as you like. We best be going after that vermin now, anyways. Don't want to bore me here. I mean, bore you here with talk.
No, I quite enjoy it, and I just think it would be more complicated than it would be beneficial at certain points.
Well, complicated can be very beneficial.
I have a contribution I could make if you do something with his leg. I think I could paint it for you if you wanted.
Yes,
I'm
yes.
really good with sparkles.
I'm sure you are, Prickly Toes. I'm sure you are.
She's not a bad
Mm-hmm.
painter. But I say we let our humble host enjoy the rest of his evening while we begin taking care of his problem that we agreed to.
And
Yes.
with that, Chilzine does nod towards you and at that point he'll walk up to his chambers.
Sweet.
My God, that was awkward. I'm such an like. Did I really blew flat?
I thought you were perfect.
Oh my God, I
Hey,
felt
spend
so
a little
awkward. I'm
less
just running
time.
out of there.
Spend little less time in your imagination and a little more time in the present.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds horrifying.
Do you
No,
think-
thank you.
Do you think I was awkward?
Yes. Shall we move on?
Really? Okay.
Certainly, and before I'm assuming the servants are going to come clear the table.
Yes, they are already gone to clear Master Chillzine's area.
Yeah, I'm just going to finish this and take whatever's left of the tray of the lamb with us. I'll just finish this on the way. Don't worry.
Mm-hmm. Of course, yes. Whatever you might need.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Torn
let
would
us
be the
know.
first one
Is it
out.
a
He's just
tray or like a
long
bowl?
gone.
What do you say?
Is there like a tray or a bowl that is smaller that I could put it in, but is big enough that I could cover?
Yeah, there's you could grab
cover.
like a they have like service
Excuse me.
platters or whatever you
Yeah,
could
I
bring with you.
yeah, I want like a bowl or something big enough to cover up Prim.
Yep.
Perfect.
Big enough to
Cover
cover up
food.
me.
Prim.
Yeah,
I'm 8 inches.
she's like yeah, she's less than
8
a foot tall.
inches.
I could
If she
also-
lays, if she,
I could
if
also
she's
I'm not
curl
saying
up.
standing
like-
upright. I'm assuming she'd be curled up.
Yeah.
Like
yeah, she could be
Fetus.
laying down or curled up. She could do it. Her wings might stick out a little bit, but it's fine.
it doesn't have to be a perfect cover. It's just something that gives her most cover. That's what I'm
Yeah.
looking at here.
Yep, you're good.
Not telling you guys. I'm taking a bowl with food in it.
Okay,
Is
yeah,
all
yeah,
you guys see.
I assume you would tell me if you're shoving me into a bowl.
Yep. Don't worry. I have plans.
Yep. You gotta. There's a pretty big service bowl there that held
Yeah.
salad or some bullshit.
Yeah,
So-
it's whatever that is what I'll take.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
And then we'll head off to the third ward.
Yes, to the third ward.
Yeah. Can I go pee real quick?
No.
Alright, be
I'm
right back.
being a lad.
You guys can start though.
That's why y'all have water bottles.
Walking-
by catheters.
Catheters.
Walking back through the aristocratic area again, the awe of the Chillzine row here is pretty awestruck. You know what I mean? It's
Mhm.
right on the Gold Coast, to your right there, and then when you're walking towards the third ward, to the left is where the manors are, and again, while Renzil's is the biggest, Renzil's is the biggest. You do have several other Chillzine manors that are just of equal aristocracy, but not nearly as big, right? So, golden bars on their gates, marble all the way up through every single manor unique in a certain way, right? Some are dark marble, some are lighter marbles. Just to kind of give you an idea of the wealth that this family has. And again, it is in the center of the coastal area, so the prime real estate, right, farthest away from the slums and everything along those lines. As you start to move out, the manors do get significantly smaller, and less ornate as you get to the borders of the aristocratic area here. So you get to the gate, and as you walk out, the guards they word has gotten to them, and you don't know how because you just left and you didn't see anybody run ahead of you guys, but word has gotten to the guards that you guys are nobody to be messed with. We're
back.
coming from Master Chillzine's
Mhm.
Chillzine's house. You kind of walk up and they straighten their pose and hold their swords downwards with two hands facing towards you. So
Oh, yeah, no problem, chaps. Tap one of them on the shoulder. We'll be back in a jiff.
I
Just got to go sort out some business for her. Is he your boss too?
no, not our boss, but definitely an
Eh.
influence we don't want to get on our bad side.
Right, so
Um,
he's kind of your boss.
No, the boss is here is the mayor of the village.
Is he your dad?
Master Chillzine? No, I wish I would not be doing guard duty if I was a Chillzine.
Am I your dad?
Moving on,
No.
I start
Hey, can
trying
I
to
call you daddy?
almost comically try to push this giant furball since I'm
Yeah,
so
you-
small.
yeah. Hang on one second. If you guys would like, I'd be happy to accompany you to your journey's destination.
Well, you
Master
know what a
Chilzine
Frederick
has
Fishmonger.
yes, Master Chilzine has requested I go help you find Frederick. And go there. His name's
Well, you
just
couldn't.
Frederick. He's not Frederick Fishmonger. Frederick Fishmonger lives on the other side of town.
Aye, well, he has no last name and didn't know if there was more than one Frederick.
Yes, no, Frederick. You'll understand when you get there. Everybody just kind of calls him Frederick. The other guy we call Fishmonger. So there's no confusion in Waterdeep here. Does that make sense?
So Frederick
Enough for me.
Fishmonger.
And we'll head on. You lead the way. What was your name?
Uh, William.
All right, William. You go ahead and get us there in a jiff.
Yes, you may follow me. And he does lead you at a pretty brisk pace, but not too fast. You're able to keep up just fine. Leaving from the north end of that green boxed area, so you'll be going towards that um, the blue circles there. Okay, so you'll be going to the second blue circle. That's where uh, the fish warehouses and stuff are. Um, if you wanted to move the map, Rainamo, over there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wait.
Since you're zoomed in. You got to move to the blue circles.
Ta-da! That's as far as I go.
There you go.
Beautiful.
That
Wait,
look
which
at
one?
that.
This
We're
area or this area? Like
just
this
the
one or
first,
this one?
the second blue area.
This
The
one?
one that's farther. No, the one that's farther north.
This one?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Immediately as you exit the aristocratic area, you come into more of a market area in where that first red circle is. Um, so where that as you walk out of there, there's markets. Um, Not aristocratic markets, though, more along the lines of upper, where people who had a little bit of expendable income would come to shop for birthday presents or um, things along those lines, where both the aristocratic people might find some specialty thing that they might need, or people of lower classes could come and find something special for their household or something along those lines. To kind of give you the idea of the economic area here. Moving further on into the first blue area, you start to end into uh, not wealthy people, but not poor people either. Definitely, there's a class system here, and they are wealthy business owners, or unwealthy aristocrats who've kind of fallen out of grace. Um, Not necessarily the super rich, but the rich enough. You know what I mean? And then moving into the last area is the businesses of industry, right? So the area that you guys are going into, the last blue circle, is businesses of industry, and then you also have um, their purveyors, right? So the managers of those places live here, where they have a little bit of money, but not enough to really live outside of where they work, right? So, all right, here we are. This is a spot. He's going to be let's see here. Ah, yes, this one over here. And he leads you to a warehouse. Around you, you are on the docks. So you're walking on a dock that's kind of been extended out into the ocean a little bit. On top of the docks are warehouses, and the smell is atrocious. It smells of rotting fish. Um, you get the sense that people have been dumping dead fish here for generations and generations. Um, trying to make a buck or two. And obviously, if the fish goes
Obviously,
bad, you
we're in
can't
the
sell
down. Obviously, we're downwind of everybody now.
it. Aye, yes, this is definitely the getting into the unfortunate side of the town. But here's what we have. Around you, see massive, huge warehouses, right? 3 stories high, and hold piers long of warehouses trying to of just warehouses where fish would be stored or other sorts of industry would take place, shipping yards, warehouses for storing goods and those kind of things. He brings you to kind of almost like a not a dingier one, but not a really fancy one either. It's used, right? It's a busy used warehouse. The door is not in perfect shape. It's been banged up and dinged up, but it's been maintained functionally, right? There's a window that's cracked, but not necessarily broken. If you look towards the roof, the outside paneling, which is made of a uh, sort of like a not a, like a almost like an enameled um wood material. You get the sense that they have some sort of enameling process that they do to keep it from the weathering too badly in the over the storms that happen. Um it is extended out over the ocean. And the windows, like I said, cracked. Some of them are cracked, and the enameling on it is starting to peel, but is not unfunctional, right? Um, Definitely just a used party warehouse. So this is it.
Right? Does it look like it's no one's there?
I mean, there's
Or is
always
there
going to
like
be workers there.
okay.
Just a matter of whether or not Frederick's going to be there, right? So,
All right. Let's see if Frederick's here. If not, you may you know where his house is.
uh, I could help you get there. Let's put it that way. I don't
All
know
right, one
exactly where,
second.
but I know where they all live.
And after telling him one moment, and I turn around and go find somebody who looks like they work here. And hi, is your boss Frederick here?
Oh, Frederick. Ah, ah, he's he might be in the office. He's gonna be on the third story. Ah, he's might be gone. I mean, it's pretty late. And as you guys, as he says that, you guys do kind of notice that night has fallen.
Mhm.
But again, it's a 24-hour dock, so things might still be going on. So there is a light on in the office as you look up towards the third story up there. It has a
Let's go
window.
check it out.
Hi, if you need anything else, let me know. And then William goes,
Really, sir.
Do you still need me, or can I go back to my post?
Just one moment, William. One moment. Let's see if the door's open. Come on.
I
And I'll head up the stairs,
I will,
assuming I'm being followed by at least one of the four.
can I hide myself in Finn's coat?
Anytime you want, unless the DM says no, you are
Alright, well,
always welcome
I'll
to
just
do that.
announce whenever that happens so that, like, if
Yeah.
something's
yeah.
attacking us, I'm not really there.
I'm just telling. Yeah, I'm just telling you. Just if you want to do it, just say you're doing it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, cool.
I'm not gonna stop you unless
I
there's like
stop
a
you.
good reason to. Yeah.
And you're like, "Ew, no, get out of my boobs."
Torin, what are you doing?
Oren, he thought he was gonna be fine mixing those two wines together, but he's starting to feel a little bit more aloof than usual. He's kind of just constantly distracted and not intentionally separating from the groups, but kind of straggling behind, just like being so fascinated and interested by everything. And at first, it seems like maybe that's just like he drank too much, but then that's just sort of how he is. Did I say lore again?
Make a
Or
make a perception check for me if you would.
yeah. Uh, let's see, perception. Where is it?
It's where it says perception. On your
Oh
Left
wait.
skills.
middle.
Oh, I'm so used to having it blue checked marked, but it's not there. Okay.
Yeah, looking kind of into the warehouse, you stumble upon a conveyor belt, sort of like a machine, um, that's scooping fish out of a pit and bringing them to a machine. And on the other inside of the machine, they're being skinned, and on the other side of the machine, they come out filleted, right? Um, so you kind of are looking at it, and you kind of are trying to, like I said, it piques your interest, right? It pops out to you as something
Yeah.
that you would be interested in. I think.
Cool. He's just gonna kind of mess around with it a little bit, not like intentionally breaking anything, but just like trying to make sure he knows exactly how it works, all the bells and whistles. You know, just testing things when he does something.
Would you like to look at it?
I'm already am, thank you.
Well, I mean, I can open it up. It just takes a second. All right. And he kind of pounds on it and opens up, and you see all these like chains and stuff rolling and gears that are rolling around and stuff. And like it's really kind of complicated because you have belts that go one way to kind of pull other ropes the other way to kind of bring down what look to be giant cleavers on like almost like a guillotine, right? So you have like a guillotine like device that has three blades on it that are able to chop the fish into three parts. And then they go through the skinner, which is almost like a sandpaper like material that kind of rolls really, really fast. And in order to do that, they have, um, gears going one way, gears going another way, and then they, really just kind of taking the multiplication of the speed of the gears to get that thing going super fast. And what it does is it rips the scales off the fish and shoots it up towards the top of the machine where it gets carried into what you could assume would be a disposal area for it.
Oren's mouth is just gonna slowly start to drop as the words "It's beautiful" comes out of his
Aye.
mouth. How often do you oil it?
Oh, daily. We have to.
Daily.
It runs constantly. If this one goes down, we're short for the business.
What
You
sort of
know?
oil do you use to, what sort of oil mixture do you use for it?
Well, we try to use as be efficient here. The fish have a little bit of oil that we can use for
Ah,
it, but
right.
we do mix that with this oil product that the dwarves make for their machinations as well. We get it shipped in
They
from the
also use it
Buena.
for their beards. I'm very familiar.
Oh, I don't know about that, but it
Oh,
makes really good machine oil, that's
it's a
for sure.
trade secret.
Very expensive, which is why we mix it with the fish oil. Don't tell the bosses we're not supposed to do that, but it works just as well.
Torin is like, as all this is talking, he's like expecting like all those like belts and gears and all that stuff closer. And he's like, "Oh, don't worry, I won't tell a soul. This is beautiful. Well done, sir. Well done." He's like goes up and starts shaking the guy's hand.
Well, I didn't invent it. That was Master Chilzine's son. He's kind of an inventor guy. He
Hey.
yeah, he does some crazy stuff with the gears and whatnot. You should say hi to him at some point.
I think I might have to.
Yeah, it's he has several sons. That one's name is Edwin Chilzine.
Oh, that's not very dramatic, but oh well. I
Yeah.
like it.
Well, yeah, it's not very dramatic, but it's his name, so you know.
I was hoping for something more like, I don't know, Girin? Geary? Conveyor belto? I don't know.
Oh, it's Edwin, so you know. Say
Yes.
hi to
Yes.
yeah,
Edwin. Yes.
Edwin
Plain,
Chilzine.
plain old Edwin.
Yeah.
All right. Yes,
Um,
I'll go do that.
moving back towards, I assume you guys have been traveling towards
Going
the
up the
manager's
stairs.
office. Yeah. Kind of ignoring Torin and his fascination with the machine.
Checking on him from the stairs as we go up, but not
Yeah.
worried about him.
Yeah, you see him. He's
He
a
did
machine
that
man.
last time we were with him too.
Yeah.
You just see this like 300-year-old like guy like just be all giggly and childlike.
You guys do make it up to the top of the office. You're able to open the door. It's unlocked.
Oh.
And there
Fine.
sits
Frederick?
Alright, I'm Frederick.
Wait, is this the Frederick from our other campaign? I'm kidding.
What do you look like?
Oh, he's a turtle, of course.
Really? Wait, is it actually?
No,
Yeah,
it's not. It's a different voice.
it's not the same
No, it
one,
had
but
the same voice.
And it's the same.
it's Frederick.
not
It's
the
just a
same
different
voice.
version
It's
of
a different
Frederick.
version
Alright,
of
it's
Frederick.
a
Yeah.
multiverse.
Yeah.
Got it.
Different dimension.
Yeah.
Yep. Aye, Chilzine sent us. He said you had a problem with rodents or vermin or something.
Yeah, I do. Those fucking pieces of shit. I don't know what it is, but we're missing fish by a lot.
Where are you
Where the hell?
missing it?
And she just pops out of the freaking coat right into his face.
What the fuck are you?
What are you?
I'm a turtle. What are you?
I am a fairy. Can't you see?
Great.
And I like twirl around his head, all sparkly.
He does not give a fuck at all. He's like dead focused on whatever paperwork he's doing. Yeah, if you got I got so much to do. We've been missing fish after we kind of go to the after hours after I leave. I don't know what's happening to it. I don't know if it's one of the guys or rats or something, but we're missing tons of fish every month, so something's going on with it.
How much fish?
Tons.
Like,
Literal tons. By weight.
That's a bit odd. And now I obviously would have seen walking up. There's not like a ship, an immediate ship channel or ship like sitting in there, right?
No, there's no way for a ship to sit in there. However,
Yeah.
there at the very end of the dock, it extends, instead of being over the dock, it is over like a water. You'd assume that's where
Like a trap
ships
door
would
for
pull
loading
up.
and unloading.
Yep, to
Yeah,
load and
okay.
unload ship.
That's what I was assuming. I would have looked for that. That's what I was assuming there was something.
Yep.
But yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah. So then they're not going out the front door, obviously, because not tons of fish.
Well,
You
either
got any
that
enemies?
or something's going on. We do have, and he'll point over towards the factory floor down there. And he'll point towards the factory floor, and underneath there is a trapdoor that leads into what he says is that's the fish tank down there. We keep the live ones to keep them hopefully from getting slaughtered too quick, but they're dying from there as well. I don't know what's going on. I look in there, there's nothing in there that's harmful to the fish, but
Mm-hmm. While he's saying that, I want to be, since he pointed and turned away from his desk to point all that out, I want to look over the stuff on his desk and just kind of skim read.
sure, investigation check for me.
Yeah.
It's pretty mundane. There's not a
Yeah.
lot there.
No, there's nothing.
It's a lot
Everything I
of
assume sounds like it belongs there. Nothing's sticking out like it doesn't belong there.
nope, yep. Everything is literally just
Okay.
logs of who's picking up fish, who's
Yeah.
dropping off fish. The amount there is one a document on this that you see that seems to be a running total of the fish missing
Mm-hmm.
per day. So he has like the 17th missing 200 pounds of fish, the 13th missing 1,200 pounds of fish. Uh, the 18th was the biggest number you saw. They were missing like a literal 5,000 pounds of fish gone from their
2.5
inventory.
tons in one day. That's amazing.
Yeah, exactly.
is
And then there's other days on there, and you kind of just skimming over it, you see one that's smaller, much smaller. 20 pounds of fish, 30 pounds of fish, a couple of days, but
Mm-hmm.
nothing that's like the range on that is just huge. But the biggest one is the 5,000 pounds of fish.
Yeah.
Jesus. Are we still talking to the guys? He's still there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still there.
I'm
Okay.
standing next to him. He's pointing over the railing, but I'm looking behind us at the desk.
Okay.
does this happen like at night? Like, when does this happen?
Just between the time that we get it in and the time that I'm inventorying it.
So,
So
what are,
usually I leave here around 9 or 10 o'clock, but I was gonna stay a little later to see.
Well, how about we accompany you on your way out, and you tell us where the back door is, then we can get back in and take a watch for you.
I'd appreciate that.
Instead of making it look different tonight.
Hmm. I like that plan. Well, there's only one way in through the front there. There is a side door that exits along the sock dock that we use for maintenance, but it's not big enough to get tons of fish out. The only other way in or out is through that front through the trap door for the cargo holds, but that's about it.
Well then, is there an exterior window on the office?
Yes, the window does look over the factory floor, and there's another one that looks back towards the
Outside of
ocean.
the. Okay.
So yeah, it
I'll
would be
walk
towards
over
the
to that
ocean.
and push it open and gauge. Oi, put him. I think you might be able to fit through here.
Yeah, I could go anywhere.
All right. I'll make sure it'll wedge that window open and then go wedge the one into the factory open. We have our way in.
So, like, from my understanding, like, you know,
Oh,
go through the window and then.
and I'll
Okay.
open the door from the office and very loudly, not gonna do that in real life, but very loudly, oh, it's about time we catch up. Come on, let me go buy you an ale. Come on. Thank you for your
Oh,
help getting here, guard. You can.
uh-huh.
I'm putting on a show, making a dramatic exit.
Frederick's looking at you like, and I'm sure that he's like he's walking with you, but like looking
Yeah.
at him like, okay, fair enough. Guys, make sure you lock up after we leave here, please. Thank you. And he walks out with you.
Yeah, and we'll just walk off until we find a comfortable way to part with him, unless he has anything else to say to us. And we'll.
I was like,
That's my intention, is just the big appearance, and definitely we're gone.
Yeah, we're friends.
Since we already we're an odd group to show up to begin with, so now we're just catching up and going to drink.
I do want you to make a performance check for me if you
Oh,
can.
heck yeah. Can I assist him somehow or no?
If you want to help him out, yeah, that's fine.
Cool.
Okay.
Thank you for the assist.
Yes, at 19, um, it seems gaudy, like it seems, but like the people around you, they're kind of like, ugh. I wish I could go for a drink right now. I mean, drinking with the boss sounds like fun, you know. So yeah, like they completely, your
Yeah, well,
performance
I'm
has
dressed up
done
as
what it's supposed
as
to
a
do.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm still wearing those nicer clothes. So
Yep. Yep. Again, something else that would draw attention to you guys as you walked in. To just a side note, not that it
yeah,
affected anything.
no, but that's why I made a show of leaving.
Yep. Can I go back to my post now?
I told
No.
him to leave when I was also as part of that exit. I said, "All right,
Uh,
thank you, guard." I didn't
all
even call him
right.
by his name.
I'll see you around then. Okay. Uh, and then Frederick says, uh, so I'll be, I'm not gonna go home, but I'll
Right.
you,
No, we're going to the tavern, and then just
yeah,
whisper in his ear, "Where's the closest one? That way we can get to you quickly."
yeah, I'll
We'll
take you over
accompany you
there.
right there.
This is where I go after work anyway. He'll pull up to the Dusty Boot, and it's literally like maybe a block or two away from the warehouse that you
Mhm.
guys were at. Um, and he walks in, and is like, come on in, and just sits down at the bar top, and the bartender there literally already has an ale poured for him and sets it in front of him, and kind of looks as like, what the fuck? And Frederick looks at the bartender and is like, yeah, these are fucking guys. Uh, and then says, get them whatever they want, and you guys are free to order something. He goes, what can you get, ye?
Where's the pisser?
I like piss ale. I learned that last time.
I
His
didn't
sale.
I didn't quite catch that, but is Torin still at the warehouse? Could he just be working with the
I
rest of the people?
assumed
We're just
you were
helping.
going with them, but you are absolutely welcome to not
I'll
go.
leave him in the warehouse, and he's literally just working with everybody else like a normal
Like a
employee
normal
there.
worker.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
exactly. So
Okay.
like when they were going like, oh, we're getting a beer, like Torin was grunting like, oh, I wish, oh, like, wait, I forgot his voice. But he's just like, oh, I wish I could get a
Yeah, he
beer
just
and stuff like that.
didn't pay attention. Just totally focused in on the work.
Yeah.
um,
Fantastic.
yeah.
And you fit right in with that too, with your less fancy clothes and your knowledge of the machines and whatnot. Just looking and working with that guy that you met.
Could I roll something to see if we can increase performance?
Sure.
Just
Well,
like
roll
doing work.
I want you to roll just a straight intelligence check for me.
Sweet. Oh
Nice.
shit.
Yeah.
Nice.
Looking at that machine for another 5 minutes or so, you're like, oh, I completely understand every single knob and gear on this. You go, and you start messing with stuff on there, and the guy, hey, what are you doing? What are you doing there?
Well, I'm making it better.
Well, you're making it better. I've
Yes,
worked on this
watch.
machine for 20 years. What do
Just
you mean?
just watch.
Okay. And
You
you
start
you
taking it a little bit too, and like
yeah.
replacing some things, moving some things around, stuff like that. Kind of like a wild sort of something you expect to see in like Dexter Laboratories, where he's just like rapidly like throwing things out and adding things in and stuff like
Gotcha.
that.
So what you end up doing is like you're tearing gears out and stuff. The machine's still running while while they're doing it. The guy behind you is like looking at you like, what the fuck? And it's very impressive. So, double the speed the blade's going now. It's going chuck, 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 where before it was going chuck, chuck, chuck. The Skinner rapidly now just um what you've ended up doing is you've taken out some of the gears that have caused these inefficiencies, right? And basically you've made a drivetrain that goes and drives both the knives chopping and the spinner in a more efficient way, so that way the power source that they're using, which is just like a wood burning stove to power a steam turbine to get all the gears turning, is able to spin at its same rate, but also efficiently use its energy to chop the fish into quarters and zip the skin off of it at a more efficient and faster rate.
Corin staring at it kind of just raises one of his eyebrows like, oh, I thought it would be faster. Oh well, chop chop, back to work everyone. We're not gonna get paid from standing here all day. Shall we? He just goes back into
The
helping.
guy kind of looks at you and it's like, okay, I guess we'll right you here then. Back to work, everybody. We got fish to chop. Uh, Shovelers, you're gonna need to get down at the end of the conveyor. It's going way faster now.
Well,
Uh,
I'll go help them, and he just goes over and starts shoveling with them.
Yeah, like the fish that come off, they just kind of like go into a huge pile. So the shovelers, they shovel them onto another conveyor belt where sorters go and put them into nice stacks and whatnot. So yeah, you've done that. Back to the bar. Uh, you're able to get your drinks, and the bartender goes, "Oh, hey, I guess you guys are good. Frederick, if you need anything, give me a holler." And Frederick goes, "All right, yeah, I hear you. Oh, how
Yeah,
long are you gonna wait here, or do I need to talk to you, or what?"
if you don't have any more information, then I'll just let myself out the back, and Prim, you go ahead and meet you over there.
Yeah, I got
Okay.
that. Like I said, I've been too busy to do the investigation myself. Appreciate the help.
That's fine. That's why we're here, and grab him on the shoulder with the, like the, yeah, we got this shake.
Excellent. All right. Cheers. He cheers towards you and
Mhm.
takes one big gulp, and the whole thing's gone. All of his ale or beer, or whatever.
Yeah, I'd have the sip and then just slide the cup to him.
And
All
he
yours,
grabs
mate.
that one and plays it towards you too. Good luck, and you are
And
free to roam.
yeah, I want to head on out and find a shadowy space that is unobserved real quick.
Okay.
Ooh, sketchy.
While you were
That is
walking,
pretty
there is an
fun.
alley that you could have
Yeah,
ducked that you can kind of duck into and
cool.
not be bothered too much. There's a couple of rats in there squeaking, and they
All
kind
right,
of
Prim.
skitter off.
I have been trying to do this for years. Let's see if it works. And
What is
I
that?
kind of start, like, how athletes start stretching and moving around before they get ready to do something. And I give myself a little bit of a chant and a wild shape into a uh, flying squirrel since they don't fly. They don't technically have a flying speed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Prim just screams. She's,
About
oh
the
my
size of
god!
What?
about the size of Prim.
What? Is that you?
Nod.
And then like I'll like go up to the squirrel's face and like grab his cheeks and stretch him out and be and look from face is like,
This is Fenton?
He's just for fun. He's white like his hair. Squirrel. He's an albino squirrel or whatever. Yep.
Oh
Nice.
And
my
then another
goodness.
nod, and then do the "come on, follow me" arm movement, and take off up the buildings and
Okay.
start jumping and gliding
But-
between buildings to get back to the warehouse.
Can Prim ride the squirrel?
No,
'Cause
you guys are the same size.
we're the
Yeah.
same exact size, like
Yep.
8 inches.
Not big enough for you to ride.
But you guys,
Dang
yeah, you guys are the same size. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, she's just like following him as best as she can, fluttering with his fast movements as fast as she can. Her wings are like exhausted.
Yeah. And the whole goal is to get over to that window we left open and get into the office.
Excellent. You guys are able to get there. Around the perimeter of the warehouse, there isn't too much to jump. You wouldn't be able to jump from the roof. It's taller, and there's, like I said, not much to grab onto. However, it is easy enough for you to climb with your squirrel like climbing ability. There's gutters and stuff that drip down, that fall down there that you could uh, have a little bit of a hold on to. And the exterior, again, like I said, is a little bit more uh, beaten up and has some grips that you could grip your little tiny squirrel hands into.
Cool. Yep. Get into the office and out into the warehouse and climb
Before
up
you
into the
guys get
rafters
through
is
that
my
window, though, real quick, back to Torin.
Yeah.
Torin, something strange starts to happen inside the warehouse as you are starting to as you're shoveling fish onto the conveyor belt. Oh my gosh, I can speak.
Shoveling shit onto the conveyor belt.
Shoveling
Let's go.
shit onto the conveyor belt. Around you, the workers one by one start to kind of doze off. Not doze off in a way that's like, you know, like, oh yeah, they're just standing there sleeping. They like start collapsing one by one. Um, no sign of injury or anything like that. But it's very noticeable when somebody passes out. But everybody else besides you just keeps on working as this is happening, except for yourself.
Interesting.
You have time to react to that before they get in the window.
Yeah, let me sorry, let me just read something real fast. Okay, never mind, that's not what I thought it was.
I thought stakeout.
So wait, so everyone starts passing out, but no, like, but some of them aren't, they're just kind of not noticing it.
Yeah, they're very much just in doing what their work is. Yep.
Okay, let me do an Arcana check then, if that's cool.
Okay, go for it.
Why does it
can't
take
see.
so? What? I roll so bad.
With that Arcana check, it could be magic, could not be, could be something else. Um, you know, that's as much as you're gonna get from that.
Lore, God, not lore. Torin, gently puts the shovel down. If there's anyone still awake next to him, he's just gonna
There's
put his
several.
he's just gonna put his hand on their shoulder as he just kind of like slightly steps away so he could get in a corner where there's nothing behind him and he could just watch everything happening.
Okay.
And I'll stand
Um,
there ready.
Go ahead and make a perception check, but I'm not gonna give you the results until they get in the office.
Yeah.
Yeah, as you guys climb up and are able to get into the office, um, looking around the office, nothing has changed. It's the same thing, same way that it's been since you left. Um, you know, the door's locked, because that's what Frederick does when he leaves is he locks the door.
Open both windows.
Yep, windows are open. So you're able to get in through the one there, and you are in the office. If there's anything you'd like to do in the office before you,
Can I find a
Okay.
place to hide, or are we gonna do that in the warehouse?
My intention is to go up into the rafters of the warehouse, be up in
Yeah.
a dark spot on the rafters.
there are rafters. They are very high though, so you guys would be on the 3rd story.
Could I
Rafters would
carry him
technically
up?
be the 4th story. He can climb up there, but I'm just letting you know the danger of the height.
Oh, well, I could
Is what I'm
fly. I'll
referring.
try to catch you.
It's all right. I'm okay.
So
I want to get up into a dark spot, and at this point in time, are we noticing the sleeping stuff happening as well,
um
or is there a gap in between here where we notice that or not? Because also, if people are
so
laying down sleeping as we're climbing in through the
so
window, that would change me going up.
so yeah, no, what you guys notice, I mean, there's you don't see the people collapsing per se. The people that you
Mhm.
see are just laying down, right? So like I said,
Yeah.
they
There's
have just
so we
slumped
get
over.
there and people are just laying down already.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah,
Um
then I wouldn't be
from your
climbing
perspective, there
all the
are
way
other
to the
people
rafters.
that are still awake at the bottom of the, like, it looks still operational. Where, and I wish I had made a map for this, but I didn't. Where um uh uh Torn is located is underneath the office of where it is, right? So there's kind of like a rafter that's holding the office up, and where they shovel the fish onto the conveyor belts to be stacked is underneath that office area.
Okay. Yeah, no, if there's people laying down and napping, apparently, then there's no reason to be going all the way up into the rafters. Rather, I
Right.
would try to find my way down on top of a stack of boxes or barrels or something.
Yeah, you could definitely jump from the window into the onto like the catwalk that the
Mhm.
office door is next to, so you could do that safely with no problem with squirrel agility and whatnot.
Mhm.
And of course, Premier can fly wherever the fuck you want to go. So,
Yeah.
um, as you get to that catwalk, you too see one person kind of slump over. And we'll get to Torin's perception check right now. Um, Torin, what you gather as you're kind of sitting in the corner there, it's it's not necessarily as random as you thought it once was, as people are slumping over and falling asleep. There's a definite pattern to it where um one line is going like the farthest from the right, farthest from the where you're standing is falling over first, and then the next person, and then the next person, and then it kind of snakes over to the front of the warehouse, and those people fall asleep. It seems to be a specific order of where people have been working is where they start to fall asleep, right? Um, but you don't get much more than that. That otherwise, it's almost like it's job specific about the time that they fall asleep.
But I do notice that there's something up, and like it's not just natural and all that.
Right, right. It's not
Okay.
just like a natural people collapsing or.
So since I came to that, I'm going to detect. I'm going to cast detect magic.
Okay. As you detect magic, you detect a presence of magic all around the workshop. It glows very, very bright. Um, where even around where you are, around where the workers, the machines, um, down in the fish pit, it's that's where it's the brightest, is down in the fish pit. And then
Okay.
up in the rafters, it kind of starts to dissipate a little bit, but it's still strong there.
Okay.
What about
So,
School of Magic? It says on the thing. You
huh?
learn at School of Magic, if any.
I'm looking that up right now.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure I know what it is, but I don't want to give you the wrong.
No worries.
Um, People are continuing to fall asleep. Anything else that you guys would like to do at this time?
Uh,
Uh,
Um.
You guys are all on the same time frame right about now.
Okay.
Laura's gonna go. Not Lord, damn it.
Torin,
Torin. I gotta stay away from those ORs in the name. Torin is going to go to where the magic is brightest to investigate
okay.
in that fish pit.
It is underneath the hatch of the fish.
Be taking advantage of the flying squirrels' climbing and gliding abilities just to get down to the ground floor.
Okay.
I'm just
Yeah,
following
you called me
Finn.
Lord.
Ground floor, he said.
Oh,
Ground
damn
floor.
it.
Just to get down to the ground floor in a spot that would appear to be mostly not hidden but obscured from when I was above, just so that I'm not totally in the open when I get
Heard.
down there. And at that point, I will want to not release the wild shape, but be prepared to release the wild shape.
Heard.
I'm
It
going
is a enchantment aura that you get.
Gotcha.
enchantment.
That's what I see.
Yep.
I'm going to put my shield on, just so you know. I think that does something to do with like my armor or something like that.
Love that for you.
Cool.
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Hold please while I find what I was looking for. What'd you say you do, Rainbow? I'm so sorry I missed
Oh,
that.
I was just saying I put my shield up so that I have extra armor class if something happens. She's
Okay.
on guard.
You don't have to. I assume that your shield is up, just for the record. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, and you hear underneath that that hatch that would go down to where you guys know the hatch, like the fish, the live fish are. You just hear gnarly sounds, and just what sounds to be like a massacre, thrashing and splashing and everything going down there.
Without hesitation, Torin's gonna use his stone arm and just rip open the hatch. Not rip open, but like open the hatch.
Open the hatch as
Yeah.
it rips off with a terrible sound. You peer down into there and you see what looks to be almost like uh like I don't know how to describe it. You know, like an eye that pops up out off of something, like an eye stalk, like a slug has.
The
Oh,
thing in
like
Star Wars when
an
they're
Yeah,
antenna looking
in the
thing.
dumpster.
yeah, like a eye stalk eye popping out of the water that ducks back down really quick, and it's the form of slashing and whatnot. Um, Anything else that you guys like to do in this exact moment?
Well, Torin's the only one that sees that, so at this point, I'm still just kind of watching without having dropped my shape just yet.
Heard.
Yeah, we're just watching Torin open the hatch, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Torin?
I would just feel, hello there. Just saying, just greeting it.
Okay. Uh, it's going and going and going and going and going.
Going where?
Down there, eating, just massacring the
Like
stuff.
all the fish.
Yeah.
Wait, it doesn't acknowledge Torin.
No, it does not.
But it saw him.
It
if
it knows that Torin's presence there, but it's still just eating all the fish.
I will say though, just a reminder, my guy can speak to creatures and stuff. Just putting that out there. And like anything nature, so like trees as well and all that stuff.
We'll do it.
So or at least I can be understood by it. I can't understand it. So just making sure
What
that
is
knowledge is out
can
there.
you
Is
can
that a
you
roll?
can
No, it's
you
a verbal
Yeah, let me
ability.
go press
press
it.
it? Yeah, if you can press it or just copy the text in the chat real quick
Yes.
because it's pretty specific.
Look,
Only
guys,
the
I
matter
acted
with
out the
beast.
scene in our Discord.
Huh?
You X that what?
I acted out the scene in our Discord.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I love it. I wish I put this on stream.
I mean, you can stream the image.
Is it copyright?
They're memes and gifs, but
Meats and gifts.
I don't know. Disney's stupid, so.
Yeah, true.
Unfortunately, I believe that is not going to help you here. It does not. It is not able to understand what you are trying to convey.
Do you have a spell though? Cause you're not a druid.
Like you do not get a sense that is able to convey, or it is not. There's no. You don't get a sense that whatever it is able to understand what is going on down there. As you attempt to communicate with it, it pops up, and you see two eye stalks that pop up out of the hole there, and then they kind of go back down and start to go around. It just is reacting. You get the sense that it's reacting to the noise that you're making, right? Not necessarily anything that you were saying to it. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah. Gotcha.
Okay. Anything else?
I think Prim and Fitton are waiting on Torn to be reacting to stuff or giving us indications.
Yeah,
what
he's just
done.
like, oh hey, what's up? So we think he's just talking
Yeah,
to
he's
a
just
friend.
fascinated right now.
What'd you say?
Torrent's just fascinated right now. He's not gonna like
Not gonna
react
do anything?
wildly or anything. No,
Perfect.
not yet.
Then you're just watching this thing massacre fish. That's it.
Yeah, I
That's
mean
what
they're
he's doing.
dead fish, right?
No, those ones are alive.
Wow, what the? Wait, does that mean the fish can understand me?
Yeah, they could.
No.
I mean, Torn's brain could just be processing all that too, so you can't
Yeah,
react.
that's what's going on right now. Oh no. This thing's in the water though, right?
This thing is in the water.
How do I approach this? So can you just kind of give me like great detail of what I'm seeing here? At least like the area that I'm seeing here. Like, is this just like a hatch connected to like the ocean or something, or like what is this?
Yeah, so it's not connected to the ocean. It's definitely a storage vat of it's a storage vat of huge liquid, right? Um it's a storage vat of what looks to be to keep the fish alive. Sorry, I just found the thing that I was looking for, so I'm very excited now. Um, um, so yeah, it's a storage vat for fish, live fish to keep them fresh for the kill. Um, and whatever has gotten in there has started to just rampage, whatever it is. The vat that the door that you've opened is a 5-foot door you could fit through. Um, Looking into the vat, it's very dark. You can see the eye stalks because of the light that's shining from the factory floor down into there. But you don't really get a good sense of what is in there, how big it is. Um, the vat itself, from the magic that you can kind of tell, because that's where it is most powerful, looks to be, contained. It's very rough estimates, right? So it could be 10 to 20 feet wide, and then again like 10 to 20 feet long in a square or rectangular pattern. But it's
Okay.
just from your own cognition of where the magic is most powerful, right? Um, that's pretty much all you get from the vat.
Yeah.
Around you, again, you're in the factory floor. There
Yeah,
is,
that's perfect.
yeah, okay.
Um,
And then the deepness of it is goes around 50 to 60 feet deep.
Oh
That is
shit.
another. Yeah, it is pretty deep.
Is it the water high enough for me to reach into it, or is it like sort of like a
The water
jump?
level drops down probably about 10, 15 feet or so.
Okay, so I would have to jump into it to have any effect.
Probably, yeah.
I can't imagine my guy being able to swim, so that's not really an option.
Okay.
You can swim poorly, but yeah.
That's true. Can I? All right, I'm gonna speak to the fishies. Fishies, do you mind, you know, getting away from it? You know, moving away from the thing, massacring you all that stuff.
They start to kind of do like a swim in a circle, but they're still being devoured. So they just keep swimming in a circle to get away from it. But the thing itself is, uh, you know, not
Or-
not eating them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay,
Is
so it's
Torin
like a
speaking
way.
loud enough for us to hear this?
Yeah. I have an idea.
Or is he just?
Probably. You guys are pretty close, I would assume, right? You'd be.
Yeah, I've been moving closer to him this whole time, waiting for him to
Yeah.
tell us to do something. So
Can
yeah, if we're
I,
able to hear him.
Can I peer down into it?
Sure can.
Okay. Like, oh my goodness. Oh, that's not my voice. Oh my goodness. I lost the voice too.
Squirrelhead looks over as well.
Can I cast mirror image and put a duplicate of myself in the water to see what happens?
Sure.
I don't know why. I just really want to.
Can you cast that for me real quick?
Mhm.
Yeah. So your mirror image,
It's my first time ever doing it, so.
So
three illusory
so
duplicates.
I think what she might be thinking of is
Yeah,
her
you're
channel
thinking of
divinity.
Oh,
channel
am I
divinity.
doing
Yes,
the wrong thing?
I
Oops.
believe so.
Your
Oh,
channel divinity lets you make your duplicity.
channel divinity. I don't see it.
It's duplicity, right?
Yeah, from her chat. Should she not add it
Yeah.
onto? There it is, right here, Marina.
Oh, thank you. That's what I'm thinking of. Why does mirror image then? What's the difference?
But mirror image is a spell that makes it harder to hit you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I was confused about because then it was like a bunch of duplicates and then like something hits me or something. But yeah, okay, a perfect illusion. Let me put this in that one. Okay, then.
Yes. You were able to do that, and as you put your fairy illusion into the water there, the eye stalks, one pops up, another one pops up, a third one pops up, a fourth, a fifth, a sixth, a seventh, an eighth,
Holy
and then
cow.
like what looks to be like this start to ooze down their eyes. You hear it kind of like, and then it like kind of pops up and tries to grab you, and what you guys see is this black oozy eye stalk mess that pops up and tries to chomp down on the illusory image and almost gets up to the top of the vat before it kind of slimes back down. Um, and that, my friends, is where we end.
Oh crap.
And that's because we all died.
Wait, so black, how do I conceptualize this? So like eyes, a bunch of eyes, and then the eyes
Bunch of eye
get a
stalks.
bunch of like pus in the eye sockets or whatever.
It's not pus, it's more like a black oozy goo.
Black oozy goo comes out of the eyes and it splashes onto my mirror,
It like tries to attack your mirror image, but it goes right through it
with the black goo.
with the black goo. But you see
Oh,
like basically you see like a mouth of teeth and stuff that open up, trying to grab onto it and to devour it. And as it falls, it kind of
damn.
slimes back down.
Wow. So there's like goo in tangent with eyeballs and tangent with teeth, mouth.
It's like a gooey eyeball teeth mess. Yes.
Okay.
That is the best way to describe it.
Shit. Do you have a picture?
And that's where we end. So thank you all so
Alright.
much for watching. Thank you to, of course, Crimson and Rainamo and Monkey for hanging out as always and playing this stupid game with me. And we'll see y'all next Saturday because we got the next couple, or not next Saturday, 2
Next
Saturdays from now.
Saturday.
Next
Yeah.
Saturday.
Thank you, everyone. Bye. No one's saying bye.
Just you.
Huh?
Okay. Bye.